Okay, guys, I'm back with another super quick Canva tip. This is something we are going to be using one of the new Magic premium features. I was working on something the other day for the mastermind, which is coming up starting again in January. And we use Trello boards there because, of course, we use Trello boards as our exclusive community access. And, part of why we use Trello is because we want to have aesthetically pleasing, nice to look at images and things like that to help represent different things. So I was looking for something that could represent our list of resources. And I was looking through this stock photo library that I have, and I found this one image that I liked with one major problem is that it was completely not our branding at all. So the image itself was this one. So I liked it because, it says all the things, which kind of feels like resources, like, hey, here's the list of all the things you need to know. But yellow is very much not part of our branding. So what I did was I used Magic Grab. So we're in here, we go ahead and double click on our image so that we get our edit photo options. And then we're going to come over to effects if it drops you into the crop like it just did for me. And we're going to go with Magic Grab. So I just go ahead and click that. And you can see it is a premium feature, but I go ahead and click that and then give it a second to do its magic behind the scenes. And you're going to see, like, this is so cool. It literally pulled the part that I want out of the image. So now I go ahead and leave that there, and then I can just delete the part of it that I didn't like. And then my options here are I can leave this white, which I think is what I ended up doing, so that it, doesn't have any branding at all. Or you can just choose a color, for the background of what you would prefer it to be, right? So one other thing, though, that I want to show you that I just recently kind of became more aware of is the ability to add glow to something. So when you use Magic Grab like this, every once in a while, it can look a little bit like, the old school green screen kind of effects. I mean, honestly, I think this looks pretty good. Like you don't really feel that this was pulled out of another image. Except for, I mean, and I know my photographers would say, well, the lighting on this is different because this is too bright. You're right. You're right. But for the purposes of what I'm using it for, it's really not that big of a deal. But if you wanted to add kind of a cool glow effect, so you go ahead and click in onto the photo again of what you've left behind. You click edit photo. And then we're going to add a shadow. So what's really cool about this is we're going to actually make it feel more like it belongs where it is, right? So we're going to go ahead and click glow and just watch what this is about to do. Guys, how cool is that? So now, and you can actually change the color of the glow. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and bring in more of like a, that kind of glow or something like that. But I kind of actually like the gray itself. So now we're going to go ahead and we can drag it back down into the corner so that now if we were to put a different color, now I see right here, it's like you could see the edge of it just a little tiny bit for all my people who are super picky about that sort of thing. I get it. But if you lift this up like this and you just kind of like uncrop that front image a little bit, it's going to fix that. So now we've got something where it looks a little bit more natural, right? And then if we were to change the color of the background here, we could change it to like a light teal or something like that. This looks so much more realistic than it did when we just pulled it out of the original image, which let's just remember what that looks like. So see how they have like their shadow here? That kind of makes it feel more real, right? And we didn't get that when we pulled it out. That shadow didn't grab out of this image with it. So now we've sort of added that shadow back in a little bit so that this looks more like it could have been the original image. Okay, so just I am not a graphic designer. This is just me as somebody who loves tech and is just figuring stuff out. But I wanted to share this with you because I thought it was such a cool way to take an image that I really liked, but that didn't suit the brand that I was working with and actually make it suit my brand.